My dad and I harvested 28 frames of honey this week. This is where we keep them prior to harvesting. We keep them in a cooler for safekeeping. You'll never guess how many pounds of honey we harvested. Stay tuned to the end of this video to see how many pounds we got. Any guesses? Here you see my dad poking through the beeswax to expose the honey underneath. Here he's using a rolling tool to do just the same thing. And here you see him using a heated knife to melt off the wax. We're not really sure which is the best tool yet. We're still learning. But what you see here is he's melting the wax off of the top of the honey. He's exposing the honey so that we can now take the honey out of the frames. The wax acts as a seal and seals in that honey. So you have to remove the wax or puncture the wax to get to the honey. So here you see my dad putting the frames into a honey extractor, which is a big drum that spins around and around. It holds the frames, and as it spins, it flings the honey and the loose beeswax off. It settles into the bottom of that drum, which has this nozzle, so that you can open it and let the honey flow. We have it flowing through a filter right here, and then flowing into a bucket. And this is how we collect our honey. Once we have most of the honey extracted from the frame, we can then start scraping out the beeswax.
Yep. This is beeswax to make all the good busy bee products.
Good.
And we're just going to skim that beeswax right off of there.
Cool. So that's all beeswax.
Well, it's got honey mixed in it. The honey will drain out of it eventually and get cleaned up and have nice.
Then we take all of that scraped out beeswax and we put it into a strainer, and we put it over a bucket or a bowl just like before, and we let the honey drizzle out, and we collect more honey that way. And then we render down our beeswax. The process of straining the honey out of the beeswax like this can take a few days, depending on the weather. Once all of the honey has drained from the beeswax, we can then put our beeswax into a double boiler and melt it down, and then pour that into a container and use it for other products later. And guess how much honey we collected?
Okay, we had 70, Karen, before.
Yeah.
Now this is what the end of it is. 101 pounds total is what we got out of this extraction.
Woohoo! Good job.